Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the Neca, The Thing, Ultimate MacReady from Outpost 31. This is a brand new Neca figure. This is first available at Target and will later be available everywhere. I found the barcode online, went to Target, gave them the barcode, they punched it in. They didn't have any, but they told me a nearby store that did. Went to the next store, gave them the barcode, they pulled the item out of the back for me. Pretty hassle-free. McFarlane had the Thing line a long time ago, and I looked into getting some of the monsters to enhance this figure, and boy are they expensive. I hope NECA continues and makes a few supporting characters or monsters for this. Very happy that NECA made this in the Ultimate 7-inch plastic format versus their 8-inch retro format. Much more up my alley. So let's check out the packaging here. As you can see at the front, The Thing, Ultimate MacReady, the Ultimate and Alien Terror at the bottom, bunch of credits, and there is a barcode in case that helps anybody. One side of the package, The Thing, other side, the same thing. On the back here, you can see him and a bunch of his different looks. A little description and bio here. But this is one of NECA's Ultimate figures. You can hear open up, got Velcro there. One side, we've got the figure posed up, and then here is the figure. 3 different heads, a hat, and a bunch of other accessories. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He does come with 4 alternate hands, totaling 6 interchangeable hands, 2 alternate heads, totaling 3 heads. He has some sunglasses, some goggles, a lantern, a shotgun, a bottle of scotch and a glass, and he has a hat. But before we take a look at the accessories, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is MacReady, played by Kurt Russel as he appeared in The Thing. I think the likeness is pretty decent so far. Let's take a look. His face looks good, it captures the essence of the character. Got that scruffy beard, the long unkempt hair, collar popped up, brown leather jacket, a little bit of blue underneath there. Does look like single jointed elbows, single jointed knees, green pants, got something in the pocket here, got some brown boots. Overall, liking what I'm seeing so far. Excellent job from NECA. And then, here's the figure broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's look at his accessories. One thing I'm shocked it didn't come with is a flamethrower that would attach to his back. Let's go ahead and start off with his hands. He has a total of 6 hands, 3 gloved, 3 not gloved. What's a little bit odd is he has 4 right hands and only 2 left hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are both some semi-open gripping hands, and they both have a trigger finger. And here's his alternate right ungloved hand. This is a much smaller grip, should be able to hold a smaller item. Here's a pair of gloved hands. These are both semi-open gripping hands. The one on the right has a smaller grip than the one on the left. And then he has one final right hand. This one is also a semi-open gripping hand and has a smaller grip. Now let's look at his heads. He has 3 of them. 1 with his hair exposed, and then 2 with a wrap around his head to keep him warm. Here's his first head. This is my favorite head he came with. This one has the best Kurt Russell likeness. Here's his second head. This one is wrapped, so he's out in the cold. Has a pretty normal expression. And they did a pretty good job making it seamless down here where the neck connects. Here's his third head. This one is also wrapped for the cold, but he has a much more angry expression here. Here's his hat. It's brown, it's got the sides folded up, and it has this sort of string here to go under his chin. Here he is, without the hat on. Then, with the hat attached. I don't think it's designed to go with this head with the hair exposed. It doesn't fit on there very well. You can also have the hat hanging off, draped around his back. And just like I thought, the hat fits way better on these heads. Here are his goggles. These are going to be intended for his outdoor look. You can see the clear plastic on the front, black band on the back, very bendable. Here he is without the goggles, then with both his hat and goggles on. Now let's look at his sunglasses. One piece of hard plastic. These are going to be intended for his indoor look. Just a pair of sunglasses, all black. The sides are a little bit short. They should tuck in under his hair. Here's Mac without the sunglasses on. Then, with the sunglasses on, they fit under his hair nicely. Neca executed this very well. Now let's look at his lantern. Pretty basic. It's mostly black. Got the sort of glass in the middle here. It is hinged though, which is pretty cool. Here he is, holding onto the lantern. Here's his shotgun. Looks like an old school pump. Pretty good sculpting detail and paint detail on this thing. Looks a little bit worn and weathered. I like the sculpting on the pump there. Not bad. Here's Mac holding his shotgun. He can hold it with one hand or with two. Now let's look at his bottle of scotch and glass. In the film, the brand of scotch he was drinking was JB, and Neca obviously doesn't have permission to put that on here, so they put KJ. Kind of amusing. I remember the film in the opening, he's sitting there drinking some scotch, playing chess versus the computer. He gets mad when he loses and pours some scotch into the computer, sort of breaking it. Thought that was an odd thing to do in the film, especially when they show that he's the cool-headed guy later. Here's Mac holding the bottle and the cup. The glass is very hard to get into his ungloved hand. It's really just not big enough. Seems like it's going to fit better into his gloved hand. Although when he's drinking out of the glass, it's usually indoors. He'll drink out of the bottle when he's outside. Even the bottle seems to fit better into his gloved hands. Here's Mac in a bar-type setting, having a drink out in the middle of nowhere. And just a closer look at Mac at the bar. Here's Mac sitting by himself, having a drink alone in the corner. An accessory he should have come with, but didn't, would be a flamethrower, one that would attach to his back and have a hand unit. This flamethrower here came with a Mattel Watchman figure, the comedian. This thing, hopefully, we'll see if it fits in Mac's hands. And you know what? Not too bad. His hands fit both handles very nicely. His trigger finger even goes into the trigger. I did have to use this clear elastic thing to attach it to his back. But you know what? It looks pretty good. I think this accessory is going to go with this guy moving forward. And these couple of liquors from Resident Evil are about the closest thing I have to the alien creature from The Thing. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top, he's sitting at about 7.1 inches tall, which can translate to about 18 centimeters. And now let's check out his articulation. Start with his head here. Of course, it can rotate from side to side. It can look up and down about that much. It can tilt from one side to the other, giving a good amount of personality. Shoulders on a ball joint goes up about 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. No bicep cut here, but there is rotation at the elbow. Single jointed elbow goes in more than 90 degrees. Rotation. His wrist can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. His torso here, pretty much one solid piece. The jacket is soft. There's ball joint, you can rotate it, go forward and back as well. Legs are also on ball joints. They can rotate independently of the ball. Forward about that far, back not too much. Single jointed knees going about this far with rotation. Boot cut, that his ankles go up and down, and they can tilt and rock as well. Now let's check them out next to some other action figures. I would say starting off with some other Thing figures, but I don't have any. The old McFarlane line had a Mac and then a couple of alien creatures. They're very expensive, so I'm not going to bother trying to track them down. Just not worth it. I also don't have any other Kurt Russel figures to compare this guy to. There are a few out there. Here he is with all the figures I had in the bar scene earlier. I picked out a bunch of 7-inch scale figures from my action figure collection that are sort of from regular clothing. Some I've dressed to be warm. This would be a good assortment of guys if you're trying to replay the film or make your own version. And now let's check him out next to some action figures from different various companies to see how he fits in both scale and style wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Here he is with some of his Neca brothers. Since he's a Neca figure, they're the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect and work my way smaller. And here he is next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. Then next to some McFarlane toys. And here next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. Then with some Mattel wrestling figures. And here he is next to some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods action figures. Then next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here next to some Mafex figures. Then next to some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, this is a very cool figure. I ended up rewatching The Thing last night. The movie holds up pretty well. Definitely creepy, definitely gory. This figure, his articulation's pretty good. I would have liked double jointed elbows, but I personally don't like the way Neca sometimes does the double joints in the elbows, where there's an extra piece between the forearm and the bicep area. It often looks awful. His paint job and sculpt are excellent. I don't see anything wrong there. The accessories are a lot of fun. I really like his bottle of scotch and the glass. The likeness for Kurt Russell, I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, but I can definitely see MacReady here. So if I were to rate this guy, I think I'm going to give him a strong 8 out of 10. I'm enjoying this figure quite a bit, and I think I'm going to get a lot of mileage out of this guy. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.